After Moses has received the commandments of the Lord and delivered them to Israel, we have a lengthy section of the book of Exodus that's full of details about the tabernacle. There's details about the materials of the tabernacle, the dimensions of the tabernacle, different pieces of furnishing in the tabernacle, how the different parts of the tabernacle curtains are supposed to be attached together, how they're supposed to be attached to different boards, the sockets that the boards are supposed to go in, chapter after chapter after chapter of these details. And we wonder not only because of the detail, what it's all for. We wonder not only because it's so much, but also because we realize after a while that virtually nobody's going to see it. What Israel's going to be looking at is all the external curtains and coverings of the tabernacle. Virtually no one is going to go inside and see all the furnishings that Exodus describes in so much detail. Nobody's going to see the menorah. Nobody's going to see the table. Nobody's going to see the golden altar. Nobody is going to ever see the ark. It's dark inside the most holy place, and when they pack up the ark to move it, they cover it first. Nobody ever is supposed to see the ark. So why all these details when most everybody, apart from the priests, is going to be kept out? So it seems like kind of a trick that the Lord has set up this beautiful, wondrous, rich, gold-adorned house and refuses to let anybody in. He puts that house right in the middle of Israel and then keeps everybody out. Nobody can go in, and not only are there barriers, curtain barriers and so on, but that there are priests and Levites who stand guard, armed guard at the gateways to prevent anyone from going in. It can look like Yahweh is not a very hospitable God at this stage in his development. It looks like he's going to have to get gentler and kinder over the course of the centuries. But in fact, that's exactly wrong. What the tabernacle is a house of hospitality. The Lord brings Israel near. He brings them as near as they can get safely. He knows that they can't come directly into his presence because they're still in the flesh, they're still in Adam, they haven't been cleansed. The blood of bulls and goats does not take away sin. There needs to be a human sacrifice before anyone can come directly into the presence of God and stand in the presence of God and truly, fully enjoy his hospitality. But the tabernacle and later the temple, in spite of those restrictions, is a house of hospitality. It's the place where the Lord invites his people to eat, drink, and rejoice before him. And that's at the center of worship. That's what we're doing every Sunday when we gather for worship. We receive the Lord's hospitality. He invites us into his presence. He invites us into his house. We are his house. And in his house, he speaks to us. He speaks words of kindness and forgiveness to us. And then he sits us at his table, and we eat, drink, and rejoice in his presence. And as Drew Knowles and Mark Bryans in a forthcoming Theopolis Explorations volume are going to explain, that hospitality is supposed to be extended out from the worship of God out to the hospitality that we show to others. Freely we have received, we're supposed to freely give. We're supposed to model and imitate our Heavenly Father, our Father who set up a house of hospitality so that we can make our houses also houses of hospitality.